Welcome to Birds of Prey Sports, where we cover Orioles and Ravens news weekly. We're your host Jared and CJ, and in this video, we'll be covering the Orioles versus Padres series. Kind of a series we'd hope to bounce back from the awful series versus the Marlins. Losing a series to anybody under 500 is bad, but when you're losing to the series to the second worst team in baseball, um, that's really really bad. So, was hoping to bounce back, but no, unfortunately, we don't. We lose the first two games of the Padres series, ultimately win the last one. Kind of interestingly, which I'll get into that. But you know, I think this is Manny's first time back or second time. Was first time with the new wall, so he's never seen the new wall before. Up until this year, and his second time overall, first time at Camden Yards since the Orioles have been contending again without Manny Machado. Um, I heard a little bit of boos when he was up, which was kind of odd because like it's not like he forced his way out of here. I could understand if he did, but it's just like it was just kind of weird. I mean, what do you think? Like, I don't think he deserved to lose.
I don't think he did either. I can't recall any times where went out his way to say something outlandish about Baltimore or the Orioles or anything like that. I guess that's just tough love. I guess this is part of the game, just boo old players. Maybe if, Austin Hayes, comes here, if we played him in the World Series, they'll boo him and stuff like that. But I don't think he really deserved it either.
Yeah, so that was quite odd. I didn't understand that. So I don't know. It was just kind of weird. I would never boo him, Manny Machado, and he actually has enjoyed. He said he's like he enjoyed maybe watching some of our games. In the Adley Rutschman Gunnar Henderson era. So like really proud of seeing how well we're succeeding. So I guess that's the thanks he gets. For saying that. So um, I don't know. I just feel like it was kind of jerkish, but Orioles fans. So, anyways, I share my screen. We can get right into it. Okay. All
Yes,
right. Can you
sir.
see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So obviously, like I said, the Orioles lose the first game 6-4. Um, you know, Westburg gets the scoring started to make it 1-0 Orioles. Mountcastle grounds into a fielder's choice to make it 2-0 Orioles. And then the Orioles wind up falling apart in the sixth inning. Profar homers to right. That ties the game at two. Bogarts doubles to left. Machado
Oh,
scores to make it 3-2. Yeah, of course. No, Bogarts hasn't been doing great. Of course, he's doing great in this series.
I know we just turned him into an all-star
Right, exactly. But Jackson
somehow.
Merrill, probably the rookie of the year in the National League side, doubles to left that scores Bogarts to make it 4-2. But then the Orioles start to come on the comeback, here. So Santander hits an absolute moonshot to left center into the Padres bullpen to make it 4-3. Mountcastle hits a sacrifice fly to tie the game at four. And then Kimbrel gives up the game-winning two-run home run. So a Kimbrel with another bad outing for the Orioles, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, bad thunder over here. Anyway, Santander goes 1 for 5 with an RBI, home run, and a run scored. I feel like that's his line every game is like 1 for 5 with a home run. But anyway, so Hearn goes 2 for 4 with a run scored. Westbrook goes 1 for 3 with an RBI, a home run, a walk, and two runs scored. Cowser goes 2 for 4, and that's all the top hitters in the game. O'Hearn gets a double, his 12th in the year. Henderson hits his 20th. A home run. Santander hits his 29th, while Westbrook hits his 17th. We leave Ed on base to go 1 for 9 when runners in scoring position. Rodriguez goes 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and no home run given up. Bert Smith goes an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, no walks, and a strikeout. Keegan Aiken goes an inning with zeros across the board and one strikeout. Sir Anthony Dominguez makes his Orioles debut, came in from a trade from the Phillies for Austin Hayes. He goes an inning, 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, and a strikeout. And then Craig Kimbrell blows the game. He gets the loss. He's 6-3 on the year. He goes 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, no walks, one strikeout, and home run given up. So, kind of give me a reaction to game one. Actually, I kind of want to talk about, Craig for a second. Craig, this is now his second stretch where he's looked really, really bad. The other one, obviously, being early in the year. Obviously, we were spoiled with Bautista last season, absolutely dominating hitters. It was a genuine surprise when he blew a game. You know, I mean, we can't have this. Obviously, our whole bullpen outside of Hulong, who's hurt right now, is really like up and down. It really depends on the type of outing they have. And the one thing we can't have is our closer being like that too. So kind of give me a reaction is if we should or your response, I guess, in a way, is if we should trade for a closer, and like kind of your reaction to game one of the series.
This is my reaction to game one. Frustration. You know, we should have won this game, man. And you know, we allowed one of their players to have two home runs in this game, which, I honestly, I've never even heard of him since the 2012 wild card game. Me, I know he's had a long career in his play since then. I haven't heard anything about him since that day. And the
Well, I
fact
mean,
that
he was an all star this year, so
okay, okay, I'll give that to him. But I don't know. It's just kind of crazy how we let guys just have career games just randomly. We let him hit two home runs. We let him hit the game winning home run, and that was largely on Kimbrough. And I do believe that we should, look for another closer. Obviously last year we were spoiled, like how you said, we were spoiled with the consistency, just the know-how from Bautista that, when he came in, it was over. 9 times out of 10, it was over. Sometimes he had shaky starts where he had the bases loaded, but he would ball up and he would just, get it done. And Kimbrel doesn't ball up. He curls up and just gets scared or whatever. He just allows hits. And that was a bad analogy, but I'm just trying to explain to you guys like he just when he allows one hit, he just looks flustered. You can see it in his face. He just looks confused. He looks frustrated. And we want a guy that's in control, with his demeanor and his pitching as well. And I hope that we do look into that, as we get further and further in the pennant race. And I also hope we do that when it comes to the bullpen as well. I mean, we can't rely on bringing guys like Brian Baker and Keegan Aiken into the game, and they're just baking the game away for us. We can't let that happen. And so, you know, I'm hoping that the Orioles look at guys like Scuba from Detroit. You know, there's also Blake Snow, which we mentioned in a previous video. He just struck out 15 guys, a couple of days ago, and we could really use that on our team. And so, I just think in general, closer and a reliever are two of the positions that we need the most if we really want to go far and not allow guys like Jerickson Profar to hit home runs off of us and have career games.
yeah, man. I mean, it's frustrating talking about Kimbrel because like it's such a he's not like absolutely terrible, but like it's such a
Yeah.
downgrade from Bautista, man. Like he really, you know, isn't. I don't know. I just miss Bautista, man. Like for real. Like we were really spoiled with Bautista. Like I had mentioned, it was genuinely surprising when he blew a game. So I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm glad you gave me your insight because I definitely do think we need a closer too. I'm glad I'm not alone on that. But anyways, oh look, the Phillies got the bases loaded versus the Yankees. Um, anyways, in game two, me and you didn't get to watch this game because we were at the movies, but I guess thank God. Merrill scores an error. It says, oh, I was like, who the hell is D? It just says error and D. I was like, what? And I'm like, oh, it's Peralta. But they both score on an error to make it 2-0. Bogarts doubles to make it 3-0. Profar grounds to a fielder's choice to make it 4-0. Machado hits a 3-run homer to make it 7-0. Merrill hits a sacrifice fly to make it 8-0. Jesus, this sucks. Mullins doubles, scores two to make it 8-2. Merrill hits a sacrifice fly to make it 9-2, and Mullins hits a Chris Paul, makes it 9-4. So top hitters in the day, honestly, just probably Mullins goes 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs, a home run, and a run scored. Mullins has a double, his 11th on the season. He hits a home run, his also his 11th on the season. Left five on base and went 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. So, oh, and Henderson had another error. So, I mean, he can add on to that. Somehow in this blowout loss, we only used 3 pitchers. Kramer goes 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. One, okay, that's pathetic. 4 runs, but only one of them is earned. So, way to help him out, guys. One hit, no, sorry, one walk and 7 strikeouts. So, I think Kramer kind of balled out in this, not balled out, but had a good gutsy performance. It's just the defense didn't really help him out. And then Irvin swerving meatballs in the freaking strike zone. 2 hits, 2 innings, 2 innings of work. 2 innings of work. You gave up more freaking runs than Dean Kramer, who went 6 innings. Five hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, and no strike. 2 innings of work. You did all that. You threw 38 pitches and then strike out one guy and give up a home run. Baker goes in the inning, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, and 1 strikeout. So not a good outing for any of the pitchers outside of like maybe Kramer. Or I say Kramer did all right. It's just the defense didn't help him out. Obviously didn't get to watch this game. Um, sorry, I went on a rant, Uncle Irvin. I had to cut it out of the video, so I can't put it in there. But kind of give me if you can, kind of give me a reaction to game 2 of the series.
Cool Urban made you so mad. You started sounding like Mike Tyson, like slurring your words and stuff. It was crazy. But um, game two was just it was frustrating, for a large part of this game. I think for the entire game we were in the movies. And so, just kind of
Thank God.
periodically checking on the score, seeing us down, 4-0, and eventually 8-0. It was just kind of like,
Yeah.
wow, what's going on? And again, we had opportunities 1 for 5. This is something that me and Jared continue to say each game. Left 5 guys on base. I see a lot. I see a lot of guys with just 1 hit in the game, or none. Well, there's only one guy with none. That was Connor Norby. But I see a lot of guys in this game with 1 hit. And, again, it just raises the question in my mind, when are our bats going to come back to life? We're a very boomer bust team. When are we going to start booming? When are we going to start hitting, lots of home runs again? Like how we were, like maybe like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
So and then with the pitching, we have guys like Cole Irvin and Brian Baker. Like, I do not want to see them guys playing in the same game because we're going to lose like all the games ever if we have both of those guys in. And look at this. His ERA the last 7 days is the time I go to sleep. Like, that is pathetic. His ERA is the time I go to sleep. So, you know, his ERA is when my lunch break starts at work, 12 o'clock.
Of course, you had to bring in your lunch break.
So I'm just saying, like his ERA is horrible. His ERA, it's just crazy. And then this is not winning baseball, and it starts with the pitching, it goes into the hitting. We don't have a good marriage of both right now. So honestly, I want to see Irvin and Baker off this team.
Yeah, I agree. Had to cut out a rant about Urban in here, so that's how you know how I feel about him. But anyways, the Orioles thankfully win game 3 of the series, 8-3, 8-3, 8-6. I wish it was 8-3. Should have been 8-3. Um, but it is absolutely pouring outside that I could hear from here. But Orioles get it started early. Henderson walks in a run to make it 1-0. Ahern singles to make it 2-0. Mountcastle doubles to make it 4-0, and then Mullins doubles again to make it 6-0. And then the Padres again coming back. Kim doubles, one makes it 6-1. Higashioka singles to make it 6-2. Arias grounds into a double play, but a run scores to make it 6-3. Bogarts hits a home run to make it 6-5. Mountcastle gives us some much needed insurance to make it 8-5. And Profar grounds into a fielder's choice to make it 8-6. Top hitters in the day, Cowser goes 1 for 5. I'm sorry, not Cowser. Gunnar goes 1 for 4 with an RBI, a walk and a run scored. O'Hearn goes 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Downcast goes 2 for 5 with 4 RBIs and a run scored. Mullins goes 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Okay, I can hear the wind from here. That's crazy. And that's kind of all. Mullins has a double, his 12th on the year. O'Hearn has a triple, his third on the year. Left 10 on base and went 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. So had more opportunities, but didn't allow them to come through. Suarez goes 4 and 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Jacob Webb goes 1 and 1/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts, and a home run given up. Siena Perez goes an inning with zeros across the board. Sir Anthony Dominguez goes 1 inning with zeros across the board and 1 strikeout. And Cano goes 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, no strikeouts. So thank God the Orioles didn't get swept again. Avoid the sweep in game 3. So kind of give me a reaction to game 3 of the series as the Orioles are heading on to play Toronto next.
A strong way to end off the series. We showed a lot of fight in the third inning. Get putting up 6 runs and going up 6-0, but then it's kind of disappointing. We let them come back in the game. And it was kind of scary because at one point I thought, man, we're gonna lose this game. We're gonna, let them come back. Kind of like how Kind of like how it was when we played the A's, a month ago or something like that, where we were winning and let them come back. And luckily that didn't happen. Luckily, guys like Dominguez, coming in and getting that hold, it was important. So I would just like to say shout out to him. Cano getting the save. That was very clutch
Barely.
pitching by both of them. Um, and shout out to her. And I mean, going 2 for 3, he had a pretty good game. Some guys just really showed out, and that's what we needed. A little bit of a spark. So, I'm proud of the third game of the series. You know, guys like Jerks and Profar gave us trouble, but
Yeah.
luckily they're the
Yeah,
rubber.
they did, man.
Weber. I said rubble. Luckily we were able to weather that storm. But yeah,
Yeah.
Joe from
So
Profar.
we can never say that guy's name
But yeah,
right.
that's just my thoughts about the series. A strong way to end it. We really needed that win. And let's just try to start fresh. Let's try to start a new trend when playing against Toronto. Let's take the
Yep,
first game of the series.
we
You
did.
know, let's keep the momentum going into the second game. If not, let's close it out in the third game. Let's kind of approach it like how the 2023 Orioles did.
Yeah, I agree. So glad we didn't get swept. Imagine we got swept by the Marlins and the Padres. We're in a 6 game losing streak. That'd have been fun. We'd be having different conversations right now. But the bullpen's got to lock it down better. When we're up 6-0, can't let him come back in this game. So bullpen's got to do better. But that's kind of all I got to say. That'll be our recap of the Orioles versus Pirates Padres series. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check out our social medias in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out our second channel, Casual Cinema. Sorry. Casual Cinema. I can't talk. Where we review movies from a casual perspective. That's casual. I can't even talk anymore. Me and TJ here watched Twisters and Deadpool last week, so we're gonna obviously put that out, those reviews out, and we're Boards of Prey Sports, or I'm surprised we're not Boards of Prey Cinema, and we're out.